Hey there, pirates. Let's see how to build icebreakers. If you're going for the over 100 million points to get at this raid, a month ahead of the April raid when they will be needed for the first time, since the format is changing to Garrison. As you may have heard by now, this ship is the equivalent of the Ironclad or the Tideseeker. This is the hull that you don't need to drive. You just bunch them up, 4 or 5 of them, and you charge. It's the bowl in the China shop approach, right? So no finesse, which means if you're not a great driver or you don't have the patience or your internet connection is not that great and it lags, this is the hole for you. Okay. Naked, it takes 4 days, 16 hours to build. I have officers and I have Forsaken R&D bonuses, so your time may be higher than that. It starts with very high explosive and penetrating defense because these are the types of damage we should take. It has decent assault and siege deflection, as garrison targets have both ships and turrets, so you need them both. It's a rocket hull with 100% reload bonus and 30% extra rocket range built in. It has almost 21,000 armor points and repairs in nearly 3 hours. That's before you add any armor to it. It has some special abilities, so there's a slow and a field resistance. I want to call your attention to the field resistance. If it has 90% field resistance, that is a very good indicator that the enemy will fight in April will create some sort of field. Maybe an ice field that slows you down big time. And this guy will be able to just blow through with 90% resistance. Okay. It has its own friendly aura. So these holes were meant to be bunched up together, as each hole, each icebreaker you put in your fleet will give them a bonus in explosive defense of extra 15%, penetrative defense same, extra combat speed. So the more you bunch up, the faster you get. At 22 base speed, we'll add speed system here, and then 25% extra speed buff for each hull. So in a fleet of 5, you're literally more than doubling your speed. Even with just 4, you get plus 100% combat speed. So these guys will be blazing fast. Okay, which is an indication that probably the targets will have a big footprint and you need to move around real fast. Their special ability also gives you extra projectile speed, meaning the rockets will hit faster, meaning you take fire for less time, and a turning speed and reload bonuses, okay? Now, pay attention to the reload here, extra 10%, right? And on top of 100% reload, so that's already on 4 ships, extra 140% reload on a weapon that has a 1-second reload. I mean, we'll see in a moment. Let's add one of the new rockets here. Okay, 1-second reload time. And a fleet of 4, we already buffed that reload by 140%, meaning it's already at less than a second. Okay, less than half a second, I meant. So one interesting thing is with that sort of reload buff and that low reload time on the new weapon, ranking this ship will help, but not so much, because soon you hit the minimum reload time, kind of hard coded in the game, of 0.2 seconds. It cannot reload faster than that. People have tested in the past and found that out. You won't see that number anywhere, but you know, it's unofficially confirmed through mine data and people testing and whatnot. So ranking this guy to Skull is not a must have. If you can get it to 30, 40, 50% rank reload bonus, plus these bonuses, that's all you need to achieve maximum performance. So again, but if you want to have them ready for VXP weekend, 4 days, 16 hours, if you want to get 4 hulls, I would only build 4. The 5th one, make room for a flagship. I'm pretty sure there will be a flagship. Okay? So you will need to use the tokens from the raid, tokens you save from FM, or you're going to have to coin if you want to have 4 of them ready for VXP weekend. Otherwise, you might only have time to build 2, maybe 1, depending on when you get the hull. So for VXP Weekend, all you need really is a third one, you know, just so you can get this done out, and suicide rank, okay, and build. Now, talking after you rank, what you should be building, I'm gonna say go for this, okay? Just put 5 of the new rockets on for now. Speed system 5, or even better, hydraulic resistors, because we don't know if the target will have a few torpedo pylons here and there like the FM targets have nowadays. So it's good to add some concussive defense. Then the new special replaces siege battery for these hulls. It gives you plus 18% explosive damage, which works for both rockets or mortar hulls. It gives you 65% building and wall damage, more than the siege battery gives you actually, and 50% turret defense. So you could go with this, or you could go with resonance capacitor, or you could go with siege battery. Okay, all 3 are valid configurations, especially seeing that this guy has an aura. Okay, the only thing is it doesn't say here if it triggers resonance, so I'm still not sure whether resonance capacitor can be used, right? So we'll have to see, but we do know it is code snap immune if you read the full blueprint. So just checking here on the price list, right? And it is code snap immune, but even here it doesn't say if this aura triggers resonance. So I'm gonna for now go with no. Let's not use resonance capacitor. Let's use garrison battery or siege battery. So from this point, I mean, this is already a 9-day build. If you're gonna build 4 of them, that can keep you busy for a while, depending on how many tokens you have. Maybe you get 2, 3 before VXP Weekend. Problem now is we have not seen the targets. We don't know if they're gonna have, like I said, ice fields, oil fields, cold snaps. We don't know how much damage their missiles are gonna cause, but we can probably safely assume that this ship will be way too fast for any mortars to hit, and you won't have to stop, right? So with that assumption, let's say this guy doesn't need any gales or hailstorms, nothing to counter mortars but speed. Okay, I'm leaving 3 slots empty for now because it may need flanks 4 or some other sort of anti-missile. We don't know that for now. Okay, so that's why if I were you, I would just leave 3 empty slots for now. If after people see the targets in a preview or something, we come to the conclusion, hey, you know what? We don't need missiles here, anti-missiles. It can tank the damage well enough. So then we just put more rockets in here. Otherwise, leave room for 2, maybe 3 flanks. I mean, maybe just 2 are enough. Maybe you want to put them all on a single ship. That's going to be up to you, right? But I would leave at least 2 slots in here for now. The other thing is, if you're getting the new armor, the pooled armor, that remember that this guy will tank all the damage, and it won't even go through the resistance, turret resistance, or anything in your ship. So here's another question that we don't know right now. If, let's say you get enough of those 10 and 10, 200 million points this raid, and you equip them to your ship, they're really lightweight and they do not add any repair time. So if you look at repair time here, still 2 hours 55 minutes. But now you have this huge pool of damage you can tank for no repair. And if this is enough for an entire battle, you know what? You don't even need a resistance special here, such as like MX. The right one would be MX3 for this raid. But if these armors are enough to tank all the damage, you don't need that. So you could use some splash or building damage or some special like that. So for now, I'm not even going to put this one. We need to test first. Other specials you could look at HVR, high velocity rounds for faster rockets with more building damage. You could look at siege target for more building damage. You could look at anything that gives you extra splash and spread, like a combustion system 2 or narrow aperture that came out with the prides that gives you less spread, more splash, no damage buff. Or you could go with explosive system 4. I mean, these are all options you can use. But right now, before we have a chance of testing them against the targets, we don't know which one's best. So unless you're willing to pay for refits later in either time or money, I would just leave it at this. Build the ship just like that, even without the armors, because we don't know whether they are the best choice or whether you should just go and use a traditional X or M armor. D1, D5, the normal armors we have here, right? Maybe that's going to be the best choice, but that's going to increase your repair time. So for now, I would just build the icebreaker exactly like this. No armor, so you can rank faster. Just 2 specials that we know for sure we'll need. Leave the other 3 empty for now. 5, 6 rockets, no more than that. This ship has weight limitations, so you make sure you have your shipyard level 4 if you want to maximize the weapon and armor and specials you can put on it. Remembering shipyard 4 saves you weight, allows you to put more stuff in the ship, okay, because makes your components lighter. So that's it for now. Really, we cannot say, hey, here's the go-to build for the raid, because we have not seen the targets. So hold tight, build them like this for now, or take your chances and add the rest, and maybe you have to refit later. Take care, everyone.